Pisces, lovely, lovely Pisces. What do you have for me today? There's something going on between Pisces and Cancerian energy. Now, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's those two people with those specific signs, or if it's, I don't know if people are cross watching, or I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's interesting energy though. I'm getting all this stuff about like Marilyn Monroe and Madonna. It's like dream girl energy, and the reason why I say dream girl particularly is because one of your randomized songs on Spotify was If You Ever Saw Her by Ricky Martin, and a line in that is you know what, boys, that girl is amazing. And then he says, she's every dream girl from Monroe to Madonna. So the scenario that they're giving me, anyway, whether you are these signs or you're not these signs, I don't know, but there, and you might want to go and check out that cancer reading that I did this week. I can't remember what I called it. No, I can't remember what I called it. But it was, the scenario that I'm getting is there's somebody who is a female energy who is very, very attractive. Doesn't have to be a woman, but it's feminine energy. Very attractive, very Marilyn Monroe, Madonna-esque, like curvy. And the reason why I say curvy is because I got Baby Got Back, was your other Spotify song by Sir Mix-a-Lot. So it's like very typically feminine, attractive, sort of screen siren, curvy, Jessica Rabbit they're giving me now, sort of energy. Possibly some kind of performer or somebody who is in some kind of spotlight or public eye. Could just be on Instagram, right? But they have a lot of attention on them. They have a lot of admirers, I think. Yeah, they kind of give me this like on stage energy. So you've got this person who's like in the limelight, very attractive, has a lot of admirers, and then you have this other energy which I think is showing up as the Pisces energy that I'm reading for today is the masculine energy, and again, it doesn't have to be. It's just the way that the energy plays through. So take it or leave it. I just want to kind of say that is the way that I'm seeing it. Like the Cancerian energy is coming through as the feminine energy, the Pisces energy is coming through as the masculine energy, but you can vice versa because the energy kind of interplays and interferes. It's hard to kind of pick one out from the other. But anyway, the masculine energy is kind of like the admirer, but it's kind of like a very patient, like last man standing kind of energy, because another song that I got through, now I don't normally get 3 songs from Spotify, but this one kind of auto played before I could turn it off, was the Boyz of Summer by the version that I have is Bell X1, but I think it's by Donna Summer, right? But it's like after the Boyz of Summer have gone. And also yesterday I was getting through that Daddy song again by Marilyn Monroe that's like, I might flirt with the caddy, but my heart belongs to Daddy. So it's like this energy is kind of like, I'm pointing to the siren, right? It's like screen siren. This is like this attractive, like almost like intentionally attractive energy of trying to kind of call in these admirers, but then this is like the stable energy that's kind of like gonna win the race. I don't know, that's kind of how I'm seeing it. What they were giving me when this siren card, the reason why I was actually only going to take the sustainer card. This is the card that I need to talk about today, but I was trying to take this and it kind of gave me all these other cards, so I was like, right, okay, fine, I'll take them all. But what they're sort of telling me about the siren card as kind of the last touch on this is that there may be a misunderstanding about what sign this person is, because it's coming through as Cancerian energy, or you're a Pisces, so it's water energy. Both these signs are water energy, but actually sirens, this came up actually in a topic of conversation this week, which I think everything happens for a reason, so there's a reason why that came up. This person may be thought of as being a water sign, but they're actually not. They're actually an air sign. this is the way it's coming through to me, because sirens in classical mythology are often thought of as being mermaids, but they weren't. They were like bird women. You can go and check that. It's a fact. Classic student, I know my facts. Well, I don't know all of them actually. Don't call me on that. But yeah, sirens were bird women. So birds are to do with air, flight, which gives me air sign. So there may be somebody thinking somebody's a water sign, but actually they're an air sign. They might think of them as emotional, but actually they're a logical thinker. So if you look at someone like Marilyn Monroe, she, I can't remember what sign she was actually. But again, it doesn't matter too much about the actual signs, it's the energy that's more important. But she's thought of as being like this very emotional person, where actually she had a lot of logic. She was actually very strategic, and she kind of used her sexuality to get the things she wanted, right? Sort of like turning, sort of a victim that turned into like using what she had against, I don't know. Go and watch the Cancer sign, and I've linked her podcast in that as well if you want more information about Marilyn Monroe. But yeah, there's like logic behind the emotion, is what's coming through there. Right, Siren, this is not your reading. We can move you over. The way these came out as well, the balance of them is interesting. The ring is here because I do think somebody is proposing. I think a Pisces is proposing to someone. It's probably just one person's story, right? So you can always skip this part of the section, the introduction section, and go straight to the cards if this isn't resonating for you, but it's come out for a reason. I need to say it for someone. So yeah, the ring there. So this proposal again is coming through. The medallion, it's funny, I was sort of thinking about medallions, like medallion man. Yeah, I don't know, something about medallions coming through. But that might mean something to you. It might not. Perhaps somebody's selling a medallion so that they can afford a ring, something like this. Or someone's like literally like a medallion man. Maybe the siren is with a medallion man. I don't know. The hunter, now I'm not going to go into this too much. It is kind of like, I'm seeing it as the sustainer, the masculine energy with the ring going in to get what he wants. And in what he wants is the siren. It's like action, almost like going in for the kill, but not like going for the prize energy. But if you want more on the hunter, I actually read the description of that in the bonus reading that came through last week, and it came through after the Pisces reading. And after that reading, I was left with this feeling of like there's more to this story, and I think then the bonus reading was kind of almost like the Pisces reading part 2. So you can go and look at that if you want to. But the sustainer is why I'm here. The sustainer is why I've got this pack out, because I was thinking about, it's like my mind wandered, and I was thinking about the imagery of this card and the clay blob, if I can say the word. Now the sustainer I always think of as somebody who is this kind of very earthy energy of somebody who, if you think of all the different signs as kind of working together as a team, you have the fire signs who barge in with like some brilliant idea, they throw seeds around, and then they kind of like run off to whatever it is that's got their attention next. But then the sustainers come in, and the sustainers are the people who plough the fields, who water the plants, who tend to the plants to make sure that they're showing no signs of infection. They're kind of like this nurturing, long-term, put in the work in energy. And then you have like the people who come and like gather the crops and do the finishing touches and do the floral displays and present it, right? So you have these different people who work on things, different skills. So the sustainer is this kind of like putting in the work over time, stable energy. But what I was getting from the image of this card, and I didn't have the card out, I wasn't looking at it, I could see the image in my mind, and I was drawn to the clay and how you can shape the clay. The clay is moldable, it's mutable, but it's within the box. So it's like somebody in a box, and they're doing this sustaining energy. It's like patience, but they are being creative with it. They're molding something. Molding something. It's almost like raising a child, right? Raising a child, it takes a long time to raise a child, but while you're doing that, you can nurture them and kind of like shape their personality. There's a nature-nurture debate, but you can have this impact on them. So there's this shaping of energy, and I see it as like you shaping another person, possibly. If this is you, it could be someone around you. Now, what else was I getting from this? So this led me to the different signs. Now, in one of the readings, I was waffling on about feminine energy, about yin energy, about this kind of siren energy of Venus, the goddess Venus, and how like she's sometimes thought of as being like, oh, she's just a flirt, but actually I think I was talking about Libra actually, because it's my sign Libra, and it's like you can present as being very bendable and very flexible and very diplomatic, but you're actually, Libra is actually a cardinal sign, so underneath that they have this sort of masculine leadership energy, but they present it in such a way that's kind of like quite molding, like moldable, adaptable, flexible. Okay, so there's all this stuff coming through at the moment of like either like people presenting as one thing but being something else underneath, or like the mutability of the signs, you know, because everybody has different. You can go and have a look at the link below. I've got a link to find out your full chart, because you are not just one sign, you are a whole range of different signs that affect you in different ways, affecting different parts of your life, and the planets move through your signs, so that energy is always changing, it's always mutable. This is kind of the energy that's coming through. It's this mutable, moldable, almost like magician energy, of something being shaped. Very interesting. So yeah, so you have the cardinal signs, and you have the there's another one that's gone out of my head because it's not what I'm talking about here, but there's the mutable signs. And Pisces, I was like, I bet Pisces is a mutable sign because I'm getting this, and I checked and you are. So the mutable signs are the people who come in at the end and do the finishing touches. They're the ones that present the finished product to the world, the ones that I've got that siren going there in the background. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, they're the ones that shape the finishing touches, casting that critical eye on something. So yeah, I'm seeing this Pisces as like this creative energy, and then the siren is the performer. This is the way it's coming through to me. It's like this is behind the scenes, this is in front of the camera. Interesting. With that, I got a song by Annie DiFranco, which is called Buildings and Bridges, and specifically the line, what doesn't bend breaks, what doesn't bend breaks. Now it's interesting because yesterday I went for a walk, and I'll put the clip in, probably at the end of the video for you, of I went for a walk. It was a really, really blustery day, a gorgeous day, blue skies, but very, very blustery. And I was walking in the park with these very, very tall, I think they were birch trees, and they were really, it was almost like they were dancing in the wind, like really, really, you could see them really bending. Yeah, what doesn't bend breaks, what doesn't bend breaks. So there's this need for you to be adaptable at the moment, to have this mutable, changeable energy. It's almost like going with the flow, but not even going with the flow. It's like changing with the tides, adapting to the situation, replanning, recalibrating. Yeah, it's real. Like I don't know if you can see my hand movements. I'm kind of doing this. It's almost like magician energy, right? Of like molding. It's really very interesting energy. It's funny, you and Aquarius have very, very like strong, like clear, like very strong, interesting energy this past 2 days. Okay, what else do I have for you? Now, when I put these away, I'm going to put them in. I'll show you when I do it, actually. Let's just move on for now. Co-op. There's a lot of cooperation energy as well, working as a team, working with other people. Diplomatic energy, yeah, cooperative. They're literally giving me the co-op. Now this is a British supermarket. The co-op, it's got a lot of it's kind of like a public company. They've got a lot of, they give a lot back to the community. I love the co-op. It's my favourite supermarket. I literally go in and know all the stuff by name, and I was sort of like, my brain was wandering, and I was wondering if like America has a co-op, because I was thinking about free range eggs, right, basically, and the American food system, which I'm not going to go into too much, but I was thinking, do they have a co-op? Because I bet the co-op would be the place to go to for like free range eggs. So yeah, I don't know, but this cooperation. And then the reason why I'm going on about it so much is because as I was on Spotify, a co-op advert played. So the co-op is important to somebody here for some reason. Then I've got literally like it's like I had a script come through for you. So just bear with me as I read it through. I've got the words. No one said it would be easy being the emperor or empress. It was given to you because your shoulders are broad enough to bear the weight of the burdens. That's for someone. Then I got the intuitive songs that were coming through. I got the Blossoms, The Less I Know the Better. I got Lana Del Rey, Young and Beautiful. Now this was a really interesting one. It came in as I was falling asleep out of nowhere, but it's no doubt Spiderwebs. Now it's interesting because you actually had a card with a spiderweb on in your last reading, and I didn't quite understand what it was showing me, but kind of as this spiderweb unravelled, so to speak, what's happening for you, I think, and this is why you need to be mutable, because you don't have all the pieces of the jigsaw, you don't have the full information yet, you need to be flexible, you need to bend with the wind, because what I'm seeing with the spiderweb is like things are being revealed to you, but you're kind of getting a strand at a time, and it's like when you start to, what they were showing me was like they actually showed me Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Jay Peralta, but the reason why they were showing it to me was the way that detectives have all the clues on the board, and then they use the string to kind of the pins in the string to tie it all together and to make the pattern. Now the spider web is the pattern, so as more information comes to light for you, you're going to be able to start to see the pattern with like this spider web. However that resonates for you, again, it's kind of a bit metaphorical, so but that's kind of what was coming through with that. The End of the Road by Boyz II Men, Easy by Tayla Parx. Oh, with the sustainer, they were giving me The Simpsons. It's an inanimate carbon rod. It's an inanimate carbon rod. So you might know that episode, you might not. But basically, Homer Simpson goes to space. He saves the day by using an inanimate carbon rod to wedge a door shut. So the rod hasn't done anything. The rod is just a rod. But it's Homer that has the idea to kind of use the rod to save the day, but he doesn't get the credit, the rod gets the credit, and it's inflexible, right? The carbon rod, you can't bend it, so this is giving me the being flexible, molding things, being creative, thinking creatively is actually what saved the day. But it's almost like this inflexible kind of like dull energy, which I'm seeing as a person, has kind of got all the credit for the creativity and the mutability and the flexibility of somebody else. Take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. And I think that's everything. Steal the Light by the Cat Empire was the other song that came through for you on Spotify, and the opening lines are, "Sing now, muse, I won't be scared." Now I have been getting a lot of stuff about the muses, like the Oracle of Delphi. I think that card may have come out for you or somebody else recently. It's like consulting the Oracle of Delphi. I think I might be your Oracle of Delphi, possibly. But again, it's this. No, I'm joking when I say that. What's actually happening is like, it's almost like I was talking about different energies having different purposes. There's the siren energy, there's the sustainer energy, there's the like person who does the finishing touches, the mutable energy. So you might have different placements where you're all three of these things, perhaps, kind of like being a bit of an all-rounder. But yeah, it's sing now, muse, I won't be scared. Sing now, muse. So it's this creative energy that is this muse energy. It's like this feminine, literally they're showing me like Augustus Caesar, and going seeing the muses at the temples, or like people going down into the cave, into the Oracle Delphi, and smelling the sulphurs. So I don't know, that's what it is for you, however that works for you. Sing now, muse, I won't be scared. And the line, what if I'm lonely? What if I'm lonely? So that is all my intuitive nonsense that seems to resonate with you all. It's like I'm just talking a load of absolute bollocks and you're all like, that makes perfect sense to me. So I'm going to tidy up these cards, and just to kind of show you what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them all in. Look at the vow. Look. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Didn't that come through for you last time? The sustainer and the vow. Someone putting the work in there. Go and watch that Cancer reading as well if you haven't yet. The Maiden, look. The Hunter hunting the Maiden. Absolutely going in for the prize there. What have I got with the medallion? The Storm and the medallion. And what are we going to get for the Siren? But anyway, I'm going to put them in separately like this. The prayer and the Siren. I'm going to give it a really good shuffle, and then we're going to go into your full reading, Pisces. Thank you for sticking with me for 20 minutes as I got through all that. You can imagine what it's like being in my own brain, waiting to do these readings, right? Okay, I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, they're playing that Blossom song for me. I was doing fine without you till I turned around, till I saw your eyes. And then specifically the line, come on Superman, say your stupid lines. Did I forget to say that? No, I did say it before, no doubt, Spiderwebs, right? Yeah. So that seems like it's really important. Come on Superman, say your stupid lines. And again, it's like performance. I was doing fine without you. Okay. So they also, like, I don't know, I felt the need to put my mum's wedding and engagement ring on. So I don't know if there's something ancestral going on here. With it being like Marilyn Monroe, I'm getting something of like, it could be like parents. There's like an ancestral thing coming through. I don't know what that is, but do as I'm told. Right, so I do actually want to pull a card for you from this deck. Healing ancestral. Something that went on with your ancestors, perhaps, like, and it's like you're playing out the same story, but you're going to do it right. I don't know. Okay, can I get, hang on, let me just redial. One of you saying ET phone home. Right, okay. Can I get a card, please, for Pisces? Best possible message, please, that can come through. Thank you. The stone. The venom on the bottom there. Interesting. It might be Spider-Man. Venom, Spider-Man. Has someone been watching Spider-Man? The stone, the king. Interesting. Now I thought that was going to be the one card when I saw the lights around it. The stone and the king. So it's like making an offer. Could be Elvis, the king. Rolling Stones. Don't know why this music's coming through. Why am I doing this? The stone in one hand, the king. Is that the medallion? The seal? 6 seals? Sovereign rings. Sovereign rings have like the seal. Medallions sometimes have a sovereign seal on them. Ancestral, is this an ancestral seal? A rolling stone gathers no moss. And there's that box again. Is that what you're creating? Like you're in the box creating something. It's going to turn into some sort of... No, that's not it. And they're telling me no. Giving me Jewel of the Nile. Like the actual song from that film. The Jewel of the Nile. Romancing the Stone. Right, let's go to the book. Let's go to the book. I was doing fine without you. Until I saw your eyes. The stone. Okay. The eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over the countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to the stillness, quiet and peace. When this card appears, it's like... I'm sorry, I'm getting that thing again. You had it in your last reading, I think it was you, where you had the vow card, and I was saying it's like somebody's grasping your arm. Did someone grasp your arm recently? But it's like, oh, look at the marks. I barely did that. That's a message for someone. I really don't like that feeling. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet and peace. When this card appears, it's likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. When light, I'm seeing this as a person, steadfast, loyal, committed, present. When dark, weighed down, holding back, cold. Go deeper, Caspar David Friedrich's A Walk of Dusk. In Jewish mourning traditions, stones are left at graves rather than flowers. Sit with this vision for a moment and see what unfolds. Build a cairn in nature. Find inspiration in Andy Goldsworthy's stone egg forms. Okay, so there you go. Something there may have jumped out to you. Take anything that kind of like really jumps out to you as important. Leave anything that doesn't really fit or make sense. Like I say, there are a few people coming to these readings, so there's different messages for different people. People are coming in as cross-watchers. Here we go, the king. Really giving me Elvis. The ruler, the commander, the emperor. Again, the emperor, and I was talking about Augustus again, wasn't I? If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the... If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the entire spectrum of human experience, the king presides over it all. Through the lens of the king, we assess the state of our land, make decisions and rule accordingly. Therefore, the king must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Recognize the dual nature of the king. He is either seated in benevolence and strength, guiding you towards peace, or he is oppressing the weak out of a need to control. They're saying or, but it can be and, I think. It can be both at the same time. Maybe that's why I had two hands, giving with one hand, taking with another. There is not much middle ground. There is middle ground. I'm seeing middle ground. Some think of the king as the ultimate expression of the ego. The crows are crowing, yet the great kings of mythology and history serve from an egoless place. Egoless, maybe? I might have pronounced that wrong for a reason. They take their throne with grace and humility. No, they don't. Go and read Agamemnon. He is not humble or graceful. They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal the deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. Okay, go and read Richard II. There's a lot. There's a lot of contradictory things in there. I really like the concept of kingship, the kind of complexities of it, the good side of it and the bad side of it. And in the good side, like I'm English and I've got a lot of English history, and I studied classical history, so I studied kind of these Basilii of ancient Greece, like Agamemnon, Odysseus. So I've got this, I've always kind of been quite interested in the idea of kingship, and I think any political system has good things about it and bad things about it. So there's problems. You can have a democracy, which is, people think democracy is this kind of ideal, but there's always leaders within democracy. Democracy can always be abused. Look at the American democratic system. It's not open to everybody. There's definitely a cursus honorum there. If you're not rich or have very, very rich friends, you're basically not gonna get through that election, are you? Let's face it, you're not going to be the president, or at least it's very, very unlikely. I mean, Rome had like the new men like Cicero, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting into politics now, and I probably shouldn't be, or I should be because the king's here. So the sword in the stone. The sword in the stone. That's what they're telling me. Okay, the sword in the stone. Whoever can pull the sword from the stone is the rightful king. this idea of being humble, like the person who doesn't want to rule is the one that's best able to rule, because King Arthur, who pulled the sword from the stone, he was just a young child. No one would have voted for him to be king, but actually he became one of the greatest kings of English history, right? So, I mean, mythologically. So the lady, yeah, okay. The humble king. So yeah, there's a reason why I was talking about Richard II. The idea of British kingship is that there's this idea of being a god-appointed king. Like the whole dynamic of the Richard II play by Shakespeare is that you have Richard, who is the god-appointed king, who is supposedly put onto the throne by God, and he has a right to rule. But with that right to rule, he also has a right to it's called it like a duty of care towards the people. So yes, he is the king, he gets to call the shots and make the orders, he gets to live in this beautiful castle, you know, with this abundance, but he has a duty to his kingdom below him, where he has to make sure that everything, that the people are protected, that they are well fed, that he's got a happy, healthy society underneath him, because the kings with the happy, healthy societies, the abundant societies beneath them, are the stronger kings. Okay, so it's a two-way street is what I'm trying to say. It's a duty of care that the king has to its people. The people have a duty to the king. It's not a one-sided relationship, or it shouldn't be with an ideal kingship. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm waffling on so much. I'm so sorry to anyone who's getting really, really bored and annoyed with me. But everything that comes through is coming through for a reason. Somebody needs to hear this. So yeah, this duty of care to the people. But Richard II abuses his position based on bad advice by his friends, and spoilers, I mean, it's been out for like 400 years or something, right? You really should have seen it by now. Go and see one of the ones by the RSC, because they are the best ones. There's one by no, BBC Worldwide have a brilliant one with, I can't think of his name now. But that's a really, really good one. And then I really like the one with David Tennant as well, with the RSC. They're both very, very good versions of Richard II. Yeah, so you have Bolingbroke, who is a knight, who kind of, he's kind of like a... He's really good at what he does. He's very, very honourable. He tries to point out corruption and gets kind of exiled from the kingdom for it by Richard. And he kind of comes back. Richard basically steals his land. He steals all the things that are entitled to Bolingbroke. The misuse, like the abuse of Bolingbroke, and the abuse of the country by Richard, means that Bolingbroke actually gets a lot of support. People back Bolingbroke. So he never wanted to be king. He was actually very, very loyal in the opening scene, very loyal to Richard. But his kind of this mutable, right? The situation changes, and he goes with this mutable energy of where he suddenly has all this support. He has an army behind him. He's going to dethrone Richard. I don't know if it's kind of debatable whether it was ever his intention or not. You can kind of play it different ways. And then there's this beautiful scene where Richard sort of laments the loss of his crown, and David Tennant plays it brilliantly. But he's like, Here, cousin, seize the crown. I wipe the balm from off with my own tears. I wipe the balm from off my own head. It's a brilliant, brilliant scene, brilliant monologue. Anyway, if you're not a Shakespeare fan, you are bored to tears right now. But it's. I love it. And it's coming through for a reason, because I had all that stuff about the co-op, right? Cooperative democracy, what a democracy should be, what a kingship should be. I mean, in the UK, our royal family supposedly do not have very much power anymore. The power is with the politicians, which, again, if you might have a corrupt democracy and a very noble, honourable king, or you may have a corrupt king and a good democracy. You know, you can have it either way. I don't know why this is coming through, but it is. I don't know. But idealised democracy, idealised kingship are brilliant things, but I don't know why all my politics and all my thoughts are coming through there. there's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You know, it's the people in the democracy, it's the people in the the kingdom that make it what it is. And either way that you look at it, that you're going to have leaders, you're going to have the people that make up that group. You all kind of have to work together and raise each other up to make your position as a whole, as a country or as a group stronger. So you can knock this down onto like a more mundane level of like, this could be a workplace. You know, you may have a workplace that is run by a board of members, or you may have a workplace that is run by one person, like a CEO who dictates everything. But you will be better if you work as a team, no matter who the leaders are, no matter what you call that. It could be that a company is changing from a PLC to being bought out. That happened to me. I used to work for Topshop. It was a public license company, and it got bought out by the charming Lord Green. You can tell how much I like him. Who basically ran it into the ground and stole everybody's pensions. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, I don't know. It's not so much what you call the company. It's the people who run it and the people who work in it, all working together as a team and not being out for themselves, I think is the main message that's coming through there. Skull. Hamlet we're getting now. Oh, Yorick. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. Hidden secrets can harm you. Okay, yeah, I said you had that like puzzle board, right? That detective board. You're trying to figure something out. You're trying to connect the dots here of a situation. You don't have all the information yet. Are you hiding things, or is somebody else hiding things around you? Are they hiding things? Is somebody literally hiding something in a bag? Something important such as a new job or raise. Now, I was talking again, I just went to the workplace, didn't I, there? Something important such as a new job or raise. Hidden secrets that can harm you. Okay, can I get more for Pisces, please? Can you give me another card for Pisces? Thank you. Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Chair empty. Oh my God. Are you going for a chair empty? Someone is leaving your life and it's a throne. Are you in a bid for leadership here? Is this what this is? Is there a leadership opportunity here? Somebody's left a position of some kind, and it's like you perhaps want to make a bid for the leadership position. It's coming through as the king here. The bull, don't back down. That is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, can I... Teardrops, great personal sorrow, romances in the air. Okay, I'm going to put those back in because they just kind of fell off the bottom, but I wanted to read them in case there was something for someone. The eye. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. Pisces, you're a very intuitive sign. Your card is the moon. Wall, I saw this. I don't think I've ever seen this card before, so I'm getting too many things at once. I don't think I've ever seen this card before today. It's never come out for me before from what I remember. And I saw it fell out during the shuffle, so it's funny that it's come out again. Misunderstanding. Use your intuition because there's been some kind of misunderstanding here. Hidden secrets can harm you. Are you keeping secrets? Some kind of misunderstanding, something that isn't known. Use your understanding, but there's a wall here. Like the misunderstanding, the reason why the wall is here in the first place is because it's trying to offer some kind of protection, right? It's like if you were running around here, you might not see this drop, but the wall stops you from running off the edge. So perhaps you were ready to be like the fool and take a leap of faith, but you hit some kind of barrier, some kind of blockage, some kind of misunderstanding that's caused some kind of barrier. But it was kind of like almost like because either the universe was trying to protect you, or maybe you weren't ready. It's like your wings, like they're showing me like a butterfly when they first come out of the chrysalis, the wings are wet, and like they could try and take that leap of faith, but the wings are too wet and sticky, they wouldn't be able to fly properly, they'd kind of like plunge. So maybe you needed a little bit more time to grow, a little bit more time to prepare, before you eventually maybe you'd be like strong enough to actually be able to leap over and fly over that wall. Like a misunderstanding, but it happened for a reason. But then there's this hidden secrets can harm you card. I'm just going to have some of my tea. I've got tea this morning. I haven't had coffee. Oh, I'm on to my tea, trying to rehydrate. Okay. Hidden secrets can harm you. Okay, so I'm just making sure I'm properly dialing in. Why is the skull here? Why is the skull here? What's this about hidden secrets can harm you? Thank you. Eight of Inspiration. The Eight of Inspiration is the Eight of Wands. It's a card about taking action, communication. It's just a card of action, about movement. So there's some kind of movement forward here. Again, I was sort of talking over here about where's that wall gone over there? It's funny that I put it next to the skull as well. So I was talking about the butterfly, the wings not being ready. So I may have had a blip there. I got to the 40-minute mark. The wings not being ready on this butterfly. It's like you are sort of almost like leveling up as a person. You're gaining strength. You can see that the first person is kind of insipid. Maybe a bit of a pushover, but it's like this person at the front is stronger. They are more like the leader. So if there's some kind of delay, some kind of misunderstanding that caused a delay, it's kind of like it was for your own good, because you needed to be strong to be able to take this action forward, this movement forward, this communication. Do not back down from opposition, so show strength and fortitude. You could actually be dealing with someone who's a bull, could be dealing with a Taurus. Okay, why is the bull here, please? Thank you. The Hierophant. Yeah, Taurus energy again. You could well be dealing with a Taurus or somebody in Taurian energy. The Hierophant is a card about tradition, structure, customs, the way things are done, like doing it by the book, following the rules. It can also be a card about needing to gain wisdom, needing to get advice from some sort of higher source, and there is definitely a feeling of you not having all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle yet. So you may need to go and consult someone. Maybe you may need to actually go and literally talk to your dad, or a priest, or like, I don't know, like maybe consult a book, like either a Bible or like some kind of spiritual book. But I'm seeing this more with it being with the bull card. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. I think you are, I think you're standing up to some kind of authority. There's some kind of like authority or tradition, or it's like that box, right? The box that keeps everybody in their places. It's like they're showing me stacking boxes. It's like if everybody was in their box doing what they should be doing, they'd be nice and easy to handle. You could have like building blocks. You could stack them up. It's nice and easy for that bull, that controlling energy, to be able to manage everybody. They don't want people kind of running around doing the unexpected, even though sometimes you need to do the unexpected. Traditions change. No tradition is exactly the same as it was thousands and thousands of years ago. Traditions are mutable, they do change, and I know about this because I studied this for a module at university. This idea of traditions and culture and change. It's only a tradition if everybody believes it's a tradition. You can change tradition. Traditions are flexible. They have wriggle room. You can change them over time. You know, the religions of today are not exactly the same as they were a long time ago, because things change, things adapt. People need to adapt. You have to be mutable. Don't back down. You're right. If you're coming in as as trying to mutate this energy to change it, then you are moving with time. You are moving forward with time. If you're dealing with a bull, it's like because they want things to stay as they were in the past. They don't want things to change. It makes them nervous. They like that stability. They like the sense of rule and order. And anything that kind of interrupts that it makes them dig their heels in further. Okay. Hi, psychic ability, trust your intuition. Oh, something flipped and went back in there. I don't know if you caught what that was. I didn't. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. The Queen of Inspiration. Look, tell me she doesn't have intuition. Maybe dealing with an Aquarius here. It's that the Queen of Inspiration is a fire sign. But I was talking yesterday about them having almost like this Tron energy of like, I was seeing like rainbow strings of energy, like rainbow wires, and like all these pyramids lit up as well. It's like this is what it is. This is this is like two energies at odds with another, because you've got like the traditional I don't want things to change energy, and then this inspiration, intuition energy, which is like this wonderful creation energy of feeling the need, feeling needs, intuitively knowing there's a need for change, intuitively knowing that there are better ways to do things. Yeah, it's like creation, expansion, revolution in a good way, like passionate action. Two cards here about some people who take passionate action forwards towards the goals, towards the things that they want. Nine of inspiration there. This is like the wounded warrior card. Something that's been a long journey, kind of a long slog. Keeping on going with this, keeping your goals in sight, knowing that things will change eventually. But it's kind of difficult. You are working with a very difficult energy here with that bull. So I'm going to read the Hierophant because it's the major arcana here. So it's the strongest energy so far in this reading. The Hierophant. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. A spiritual teacher finding the guru within, failing or outdated systems, crumbling institutions or beliefs, newfound faith, shiny and hollow things, a spiritual journey. Prompt, institutionalized kindness, shiny and hollow things stood out to me there. The tiny traveller has journeyed so far to be here, in this place, with this muse of perfection and light. And when she finally arrives at the foot of this oracle, she hopes that her guru will see her and gift her a slice of wisdom as a result of her unwavering faith. Wanting to make sure she performs the ritual perfectly, she starts a small fire to warm her soul and begins to craft her devotional lantern, as most do when they arrive to this place. As she works, a voice floods her awareness. Sweet soul, thank you for visiting me. I ask you to look at the form in front of you. Are you worshipping me for the way I look? Or are you worshipping me for the way I act? Or do we worship the same? Aren't we the same, you and I? The muse winks and continues. And therein lies the secret, beautiful heart. I see you. I see your profound inner wisdom, and I see that now it is time to lead yourself in service. Dear teacher, sacred mentor, dear loving leader guide, I am deeply, deeply grateful for your heart, untethered, net cast wide. Okay, well, take it as it resonates. Here you go, you can have a read of that yourself. The word guru makes me laugh because it makes me think of the sim gurus. So that was kind of distracting for a second there. It's like we need to go and ask the sim gurus for spiritual guidance. Okay. Just ignore me if you don't play The Sims and you have no idea what I'm talking about there. Right, okay. Hidden secrets that can harm you. So what is this action or communication in regards to hidden secrets? Yeah, look, you are trying to find out more information about these secrets. The page, this makes so much sense. The Page of Swords is a card about spying. It's my spy, my recon card. Watching, kind of like measuring up, analysing a situation, kind of standing back and kind of taking note, figuring things out. The Moon card is secrets. It's your card as well, Pisces. The Moon card is your card. It can actually mean intuition, intuitive knowing. So you're using kind of a mix here of like logic and intuition to kind of figure out this situation, because I think you intuitively know that there's something hidden here, and you're kind of navigating this situation carefully because you want to take action, you want to communicate, but you kind of need to make sure it's safe before you do so. There is this kind of lurking dark energy here. These two people have the face turned to the moon. They're using their intuition. They've got masks on, hiding, keeping secrets here. But the secrets could harm you. Right, we'll definitely want to pull more cards on that one. So, can you tell me more about this Hierophant and the bull here, please? What's going on? Kind of need to take a time out here to think things through. Four of Swords is kind of like it's almost like bed rest, hermit energy. Not quite in such a It's not as powerful as like the Nine of Swords would be, which could mean like literal depression or thinking yourself sick, or the Hermit card, which is like an extended period of introspection. But it's almost like, you know, maybe having like a bit of a migraine, maybe having a day where you just think, I just need to stay in bed for the day, just need to kind of think things through before I take some sort of action. Or you've had some kind of spiritual knowledge, some kind of like dealing with some kind of, don't back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. So there is something here in regards to tradition and intuition, and you're kind of trying to like piece these energies, see how everything fits in here. It's like you've got all the puzzle pieces, but you need a bit of time to kind of think things through. It is kind of like that drawing board energy of like the detective trying to piece together the situation. But the spider webs, I am seeing like the spider webs are gradually starting to form a pattern for you here. Let's keep going. So what's all this creation and intuition, this fire energy? That might be a bit too much. You may have had a fallout with somebody, truth revealed, there's a success here, needing to walk away from something because you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. I'm not taking all those cards. I'm seeing that more as there's been some sort of fallout, some sort of conflict or argument, disagreement, upset. Okay, so tell me more. Psychic ability, Queen of Inspiration, please. Again, High Priest, the Magician, High Priestess, the Magician, Nine of Swords. You're giving me too many cards. Can I just have, please? Can you simplify with between 1 and 3 cards, please? What this psychic ability and inspiration is about. Thank you. So wanting to make some sort of emotional offer here. Somebody wants to come forward with emotion in a situation. Again, possibly being led by intuition, intuitive feelings. Yeah, very much like moving forward, but intuitively, trusting your gut. Wanting to make some sort of offer, or somebody is coming in to make some sort of offer to you, to give you their cup. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles is in the underline here. Again, somebody may be proposing. The Queen of Pentacles is the wife card for me. It's Capricornic energy, especially because it has the goats on this card. It's earth energy. The rabbit is almost like a frightened rabbit, although I don't know, maybe somebody's feeling quite nervous here. It's the sustainer energy. It's the person who kind of does all the tangible jobs that need doing, like around the home. They're quite nurturing. Kind of get the bills paid, get the jobs done, get the laundry folded, get the kids to school. They're giving me from yesterday's reading, don't marry her, have me. Did you think I was going to say something else there? Not me. Right, okay. Page of Swords, the Moon. What are you doing? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Again, did these cards come through for you last time? Somebody had these exact 2 cards, and I was saying it's like the shadow energy here. It's like creeping up on you. You're not even looking at it. You're like looking up here, trying to use your intuition, and all the time there's this shadow energy creeping up on you. Secrets that could harm you. Perhaps it's secrets from your past that you've not dealt with, things that you're hiding, but the way I've seen it with this card, it's so funny that it came through again like this. Again, I'm using 2 different decks, 70 something cards in each deck. The chance that these 2 cards will come out together in the exact same position is so low. Han Solo, going solo, going loco down in Acapulco. I don't know. I'll just say whatever comes into my head. It means something to someone. So there's this shadow energy creeping up on you. There's something that you're not seeing, and it's coming in. And it's like she's going to snatch one of you and get you in the boat and move you forward. It's like these ravens represent this shadow energy of like, it's like, it really is like being snatched and dragged out of a situation because you're not seeing clearly there's something that can harm you. But maybe this is actually coming to your rescue. It's like a kidnap for your own good. It's really weird how it's coming through, but it's like they've got her in this boat. She's got her bags packed, and they're literally dragging this boat. And the 6 of Swords is a card about moving from karma, moving from choppy waters, turbulent times, into calmer waters, into a more balanced, calm situation. But this girl, she hasn't got, normally on this card there's somebody rowing the boat. She hasn't given me row the boat, so she hasn't actually got anyone rowing the boat. Perhaps she doesn't know how to row the boat herself. Perhaps she doesn't know how to get out of the choppy waters. So it's like this dark secret energy is like taking her, and literally like getting her in the boat, and then it's like this, the spirit, the universe is like, we know you don't have anyone steering your ship, so we're gonna do the job for you. We're dragging you out of the situation. This card on its own, I see that as a really negative energy, but with that card I'm seeing it as like, it's like, the best way I can describe it, and I don't recommend anyone kidnap anyone, that's ridiculous, but it's like literally is like a kidnap for your own good. It's like we're getting you out of that situation, moving you, whether you like it or not, kind of to calmer waters, because you haven't got the ability to steer your own ship. Like, it's like sending someone to rehab or something, right? It's like you might not want to do that, but okay, can I get another card please? Thank you. Yeah, there's the Eight of Cups. So you've got two cards about leaving a situation behind here. Choppy waters. The Eight of Cups is like about walking away from a situation because it's not emotionally fulfilling. You feel like there's something missing here. So you need to kind of go out on a journey to go and look for that missing cup. And it's over here, right, with this Knight of Cups. Right, okay, very strange message there. Do use your intuition in the situation. Do be aware, watch out for signs. If something doesn't feel right, if you have like a funny feeling in your gut that something's not safe, trust that. Four of Swords with the Hierophant and the Bull. So what tell me more about this Hierophant, please. Tell me more about the Hierophant. Temperance. They need to be patient, they need to be balanced. Could be spiritual healing here. It's balancing these two energies, and it's balancing emotion. It's water and fire, this card, so it's balancing out emotions with passions. Emotions, existing relationships in your life with the enthusiasm and the creativity and the expansion energy of what you want to do going forward. So I'm feeling like you have to mollify. You've got what you want to do, you've got like your ideas, your passions, but you're kind of having to mollify some other energies emotionally around you, possibly. Tell me about the Knight of Cups, please. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Yeah, again, this gathering information, this is the same energy as this one up here, the Page of Swords, the Spy, gathering information, kind of going back to the drawing board, reading, yeah, it's like apprentice energy or student energy. It's like, I need to gather more information here to be able to navigate this tricky situation. There is a tightrope here. This person could fall, but gaining the knowledge, doing the studying, gives them ideas, so it like moves them into this inspiration energy, which helps them to navigate, and they are crossing a threshold here of some kind. There is a danger they could fall as they move forward into this brand new cycle. The World card is a card about completing some kind of major cycle in your life, so there's something big wrapping up for you. It could be like leaving home to go to university, leaving university to go out and get a job. It's kind of like these big like upheaval life cycle energies where something is closing out for you and you're stepping into something brand new and fresh. What you're going towards is the Four of Wands. Now this is like happy foundations, stable foundations. Where do you want to kind of put down your roots? Where do you want to go next? You want to go somewhere where you feel grounded, where you feel stable, where you feel very, very happy, where there's this celebration energy with people around you. Being around people who you love and appreciate and who love and appreciate you. Again, the Four of Wands is a card about union and marriage. It's the 1111 card. So it might just be one of you, right? One of you might be This is what you're moving towards. And it would be a brand new start in your life, a brand new cycle. Getting married, you can see it's almost like the marriage marquee, the celebration. Yeah, getting married would be a major change, right? And you've got it with this Knight of Cups, which is someone coming forward with an offer. So for some of you, it could well be that. Don't want to kind of get your hopes up too much. I don't see this as being like tomorrow, like somebody's going to propose to you tomorrow, because you have Temperance here. You've got a lot of cards about somebody's still trying to figure a situation out, still trying to kind of balance these energies. This is a card about patience, but that is how I'm reading that for you today. 7 of Wands. It's kind of like standing up for yourself, because you've got this kind of intuition, this spiritual knowing. It's kind of like I'm above it. I'm above it all. Like all that fuss, all that bother, all the people who want to come at me with their opinions or try to challenge me. I'm rising above it. I'm rising above it and trusting in my own intuition and my own spiritual knowing. We're up to the hour mark, so I guess it's a good time to pull you an advice card, Pisces, and send you on your merry way with your band of merry men. Giving me that kind of King Arthur business again. Okay, let's have a look. That might be too many, but thank you for caring. Got to get 1 or 2 cards, please, for Pisces or the people coming to the reading today. What's the best advice you can give the people coming to the reading today? Please give me the best advice you can give to the people coming to the reading today. Beautiful. I think that's 2 cards. Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. I love these cards. They're just modern and nice. Sipping her tea there, doing her yoga, meditating. Unplug, relax, maybe working with crystals. Is it 2 cards? It is 2 cards. Garden. Oh, look at that. Aren't they lovely together? Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Thorns, weave together the crown you deserve. Crown the king. Yeah, I think some of you are definitely going for some kind of leadership role here. But you've put in it's the sustainer energy. It's like you've put in that hard work over time. Perhaps you're going up against someone who's like an inanimate carbon rod. Perhaps you're like, well, please don't give the job to that person. They haven't done anything. All they do is take my ideas and claim them as their own. Okay. Well, I think you're going to be recognised, or at least recognise it in yourself. Something lovely will grow from this. Either we sit around and dwell on our pain, or we learn how to grow something lovely out of it. Ready or not, it's time for the next chapter in your life. World card. Do the thing you feel you most need to do in order to aid your healing, even if it feels selfish. Sometimes it needs to be a little selfish in order for it to work in the long run. Worry about focusing on you for now. Interesting. So with this card, and with this card, it is almost like you're going into battle soon, right? You've got some big stuff coming up. So if things are quiet right now, use the time to kind of take a bit of a time out, do some healing, have some quiet time, rest, relax. Oh, look, I love that card as well. It's like you're going to go for that throne, but you're taking your community with you. Was it yesterday or Capricorn? I can't remember if it was Aquarius or Capricorn who got that all for one, one for all. Like, I'm going to go for that leadership role, but I'm taking you all with me energy, which I really, really liked, actually. Okay. It's like we're a team. We do it together. It's not the inanimate carbon rod that does it. It's not that CEO energy. It's the team that does it. It's like we all need a throne. Right, okay, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. This right here is the ultimate card of celebration. Not just of yourself, you are amazing though, but of those around you. When you're done putting on your crown each and every morning, go and help someone else put on theirs. You have so much love and wisdom to spread, so don't waste it. Self-love is essential, but community is important too. It's wrapped up the whole reading for me. Absolutely wrapped up that whole reading for me. It all makes sense now. All those puzzle pieces, we've connected the dots, we've done the string, we can see the pattern. Yeah. It's like you've done this work, but you've done it as a team. So you might be going for a leadership role, but it's like you're understanding that you're not going in and being like, oh, I've done everything myself, I'm amazing. You're like, I've done this with the help of the people around me because we're a brilliant team, and I can lead a team, and I can lead a team that works well together. It's this kind of thing. And I think, yeah, it's like any kind of struggles that you've had, it's like you've taught them through, you've figured them out, you've been the peacemaker in the situation. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're the king, it doesn't matter if you're a democracy, because even if you are the king, even if you are the leader, you're still going to take all those other people's opinions into account, right? It's like, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it with my friends, and like literally the one underneath that is like teamwork again. Like, you can lift it if you work as a team, right? You can carry the burdens, the weight, if you work as a team, but you have to make sure that you don't give everything to everyone else. You have to make sure, like, you put your mask on first, right? If you're on an airplane, you have to put your mask on first before you can help other people. Yeah, so make time for yourself, and then you can help your team. Wow, amazing. I love that. All right, take care, Pisces. Good luck with whatever it is that you're going for. It looks fun. Yeah, it looks fun. Make sure you take the time to do that little bit of extra studying, figure things out in the situation, do that little bit of this is worrying me up here, hidden secrets that could harm you. Whatever that is, do work on that. Try not to over worry about it though, because the rest of the energy is coming through that's really, really good. Right, okay, take care. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye bye.